Planet Earth, a tapestry woven with diverse ecosystems and breathtaking landscapes, is also a stage for nature's raw power. Among the many forces that shape our world, flash floods stand out as a testament to nature's unpredictable fury. These sudden, violent surges of water can transform tranquil streams into raging torrents in a matter of hours, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Imagine a peaceful valley, sunlight dappling through leaves, a gentle stream meandering through the heart of it. Suddenly, the sky darkens, and torrential rain begins to fall. The stream, once a picture of serenity, transforms into a raging monster, its waters rising with terrifying speed. Unlike their slower, more predictable counterparts, flash floods strike with little warning, catching communities off guard and leaving them vulnerable to the devastating power of water. Understanding the causes and consequences of flash floods is paramount, not only to appreciate the power of the natural world, but also to equip ourselves with the knowledge to mitigate their devastating impacts.
Flash floods, while seemingly random, are the result of a confluence of factors, often exacerbated by human activities. At the heart of these events lies an excess of water, typically delivered in the form of intense rainfall over a short period. This rapid accumulation of water overwhelms the drainage capacity of rivers and streams, causing them to break their banks and inundate surrounding areas.
Topography plays a crucial role in determining the severity of flash floods. Steep slopes and narrow canyons act as funnels, channeling water downwards with increasing velocity and volume. Urbanization, with its concrete jungles and inadequate drainage systems, further amplifies the problem by hindering the natural absorption of water into the ground.
Climate change, with its unpredictable weather patterns and more frequent extreme rainfall events, is also contributing to an increase in the frequency and severity of flash floods worldwide.
The immediate impacts of flash floods are as swift and brutal as their onset. The sheer force of rushing water can uproot trees, sweep away vehicles, and even collapse buildings, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Roads and bridges, vital lifelines for communities, can be washed away or rendered impassable, isolating towns and villages and hampering rescue efforts.
The deluge can trigger landslides and mudslides, particularly in hilly or mountainous regions, adding another layer of danger to an already perilous situation. The immediate aftermath of a flash flood often leaves communities reeling in shock and grappling with the loss of life, property, and essential infrastructure.
Section 4. Scars on the landscape, long-term effects on the environment. While the immediate impacts of flash floods are undeniably devastating, the long-term effects on the environment are equally profound.
The deluge can alter river courses, erode riverbanks, and deposit vast quantities of sediment downstream, disrupting aquatic ecosystems and impacting water quality. The force of the water can scour away fertile topsoil, leaving behind barren land susceptible to erosion and less capable of supporting vegetation. Flash floods can contaminate water sources with sewage, chemicals, and debris, posing significant risks to human health and wildlife. The stagnant water left behind in the aftermath of a flood can become breeding grounds for disease-carrying mosquitoes and other vectors, increasing the incidence of waterborne illnesses.
Section 5. Communities in crisis. The human cost of flash floods. The human cost of flash floods extends far beyond the immediate loss of life and property.
The trauma of witnessing the destructive power of nature, losing loved ones, and facing the daunting task of rebuilding shattered lives can leave lasting psychological scars on survivors.
Communities struck by flash floods often face prolonged displacement from their homes as they grapple with damaged infrastructure, contaminated water sources, and the loss of livelihoods. The economic impacts can be crippling, particularly for developing countries with limited resources and inadequate disaster preparedness infrastructure.
The disruption to essential services, such as healthcare, education, and transportation, can have long-term consequences for communities, hindering their ability to recover and rebuild. Section 6. Case studies. When flash floods made history. Throughout history, flash floods have left their mark on the planet, serving as stark reminders of the destructive power of nature. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, while not a flash flood in the strictest sense, exemplifies the devastating consequences of a sudden, large-scale water event. Triggered by a massive undersea earthquake, the tsunami waves crashed into coastal communities across Southeast Asia, claiming over 230,000 lives and causing widespread destruction. In 2013, the state of Colorado in the United States experienced catastrophic flash floods after days of torrential rainfall. The floods, which caused billions of dollars in damage and claimed the lives of 10 people, highlighted the vulnerability of even developed nations to the destructive power of nature. In 2022, parts of Western Europe were hit by devastating flash floods following record rainfall. Section 7. Preparing for the deluge, mitigation and prevention. While we cannot prevent flash floods entirely, we can take steps to mitigate their impact and reduce the risk of loss of life and property.
Early warning systems, coupled with effective communication channels, are crucial in providing communities with the time they need to evacuate to safer ground.
Investing in flood-resistant infrastructure, such as bridges designed to withstand high water levels and buildings constructed above potential flood lines, can minimize the physical damage caused by floods.
Sustainable land management practices, such as reforestation and the preservation of wetlands, can help to regulate water flow and reduce the risk of flooding.
Urban planning that incorporates green spaces and permeable surfaces can help to mitigate the effects of urbanization by allowing water to be absorbed into the ground rather than running off into streets and overwhelming drainage systems.
Public awareness campaigns are essential in educating communities about the risks of flash floods, the importance of heeding evacuation orders, and the steps they can take to prepare for these events.
By understanding the dynamics of flash floods, investing in preparedness measures, and adopting sustainable practices, we can strive to coexist with the power of nature while minimizing the risks associated with its fury.